Greetings and welcome to another round of Master Phil in your corner. This is episode number 115, and today we have a very special guest, good friend of mine, Danny Provenzano, and we're going to get into what he's doing in our world. But before that, we have to thank our sponsors. Just go to philross.com for online training, for seminars, workshops, books. Survival Strong, the second edition, is coming out soon. And then in a few months, we'll have the book Exercise Snacks ready as well. And we also have the Body Bell method for our certifications and workshops. Without further ado, Danny Provenzano.
Oh, how you doing?
All right.
Good to see you, Master Phil.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
And actually, your reputation preceded you to prior to our meeting.
Yes.
And you have a very interesting story, and we got some, the fighting world.
Yeah.
Where you come from, where it's going. The world just seems to keep morphing.
Yeah.
In the fight world. Let's look at that. So what is your background? Tell our audience what your background is in the fighting world.
In the combat sports, my first introduction of it was with the bare knuckle world. Wow. So I'm going back probably in the 90s, early 90s. I was around a fighter by the name of Bobby Gunn, who was a world champion, bare knuckle boxer. So he legend, straight legend. Yeah. He was something like 70-0, and I've seen most of his fights. In the bare knuckle world, Bobby was a force to be reckoned with. He was unstoppable. In the glove world, he made valiant efforts. But listen, you know how it is. Anyone who would get into a ring, that's all it takes, man. Win, lose, or draw. Step up there, you're a man. You know how that goes. So Bobby introduced me to the bare knuckle world, and we got together back in the day, and we did underground fights. And we would have a big proponent of gambling in between the fighters and big purses back and forth. So it was a fun time. Back then, the fighters were not as skilled. There were no professional fighters back in those days doing the bare knuckle sport. As a matter of fact, up until recently, a few years ago, if you were a sanctioned fighter, gloved fighter, and you participated in a bare knuckle fight, you lose your sanction for gloves. So it was very tough for us for a very long time to get any type of quality fighters. So we would have, barroom brawls. We would rent.
Wait, there's something to be said for that.
Listen,
incredibly entertaining.
Incredibly entertaining. And the interesting part about it, it's incredibly bloody, but the injuries aren't as crucial and as devastating as true boxing.
There's a reason for that, and most people don't know it.
They don't.
The thing is, people think that the gloves that boxers wear are for the protection of the person getting hit. No, they're for the protection of the hand. If anybody's ever cracked somebody in the head with a bare knuckle, chance you breaking your hand, pretty good. Even if your hand is conditioned. So those gloves were made for the protection of the one throwing the punches. So what happens? Well, you get a thing called referral shock when you get hit in the head. Repeat it, thud. That brain bangs against the side of the skull, causes these contusions, which are concussions, or lead to TBIs, traumatic brain injury, or sustained, use, hitting, repeated, and causes injury. That's why so many of these guys have, CTE now.
Yeah. And if you even to look at the stats, if you take a regular fight, a 6-round, let's go to a 12-round fight, statistically, a guy is getting punched in the head about 100 times in a 12-round fight. He's taken 100 shots to the head. Yes or no? I mean, you know, with a glove. And when I have a glove on and I'm sparring or I'm working with a glove, I have no consideration for my hands because I'm protected.
Yes.
So I'm going to hit as hard and as often as I can.
Right.
In a bare knuckle fight, the last place I want to hit you is in the head.
Yep.
So it takes away from that type of injury.
Yes.
And if you watch a bare knuckle fight, like, you know, cut up from here, you know, split open.
Right.
But there's no damage to the brain because I'm not hitting you in the head. And like you had mentioned, one of the biggest drawbacks to bare knuckle and the biggest injuries is breaking of the hand.
Yes.
I've seen, I'm going to say 40% of the fights that I've been involved with in bare knuckle, there's a hand injury. 20% guys are finishing the fight with broken hands, you know, because you know, you get an elbow, you know,
You duck the head, right?
down,
Great defense.
and you're going to break a hand, you know. So it's a different sport, sport.
It's funny because if you look back at karate and they say, gosh, you know, how come they don't punch to the face? Because if you look at when karate was developed, you know, they couldn't afford a broken hand, or what if they punched someone in the mouth, they wound up getting gangrene. So they would strike to the body and use open hand strikes to the head.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So you have to look at the roots of these sports and arts and know why certain rules are in place.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, it certainly does, man. It certainly does. So, you know.
You know, it's really funny, and gosh, you know, hope you don't mind me bringing this up, but, you know, I actually knew about you prior, and it's because we
Who doesn't?
Well, it's true.
You know.
Because a good friend of mine, a guy that I trained for quite a number of years, was Bergen County prosecutor.
Okay. I'm familiar with those,
You know,
those people.
guys.
Yeah, sure.
We were talking one day, and I don't know how your name came up, whatever, and you know, and he told me that he came to, let's say, collect you.
Okay, yeah, I had been collected, yes. Yes, many times.
and you know, look, you're a really chill, cool, stand-up guy, and honestly, so is he.
Okay.
So he walked up, and I think you were back by your pool.
Okay, all right.
And,
yeah, I've been arrested back there a few times. Yes.
He said, then, you know, we have to go. I have to take you now. And he said, can I at least finish my Chinese food?
Oh my God. And he let.
And he let
I
you.
don't want to get him in trouble, but he let me.
But he let you.
Wow, I remember that. You know what? And the funny thing about it is, you got to love this. I'm sitting there with potential clients. Okay? So I've got two potential clients, my salesman and the potential clients. So I'm impressing them with my pool, and we're ordering Chinese food, so we're eating. So I see, you know, I see the cops coming in, and it was during my case, so they were picking me up for every little thing. But the beauty is, like you said, they looked at me as a gentleman, because the first few times they came to get me on my case, they had an army, you know, 60 guys. I looked out my window, they were all over the backyard. But when they saw that I would just say, all right, let's go. Where do we got to go? I'm not fighting the police. I'm not, you're going to lose. I know. So it was funny, you know, when they were building my case and they kept picking me up, this thing, that thing, the other thing. Towards the end, they would come with like two guys. And they would say, they would give me the cuffs and say, hey, cuff up, let's go, we got to go. So whatever. But yeah, I remember that. And he goes, no, take a couple of bites, because, you know, when you get locked up, you sit there for 6 hours, you've got nothing to eat. I go, all right, so I ate a little bit. The guy let me do it. I ate my egg roll, I don't know, whatever. So he's taking me away, and I'm going, well, I think I'm losing this client. So I'm looking at the client.
Because you know what? To me, if that were me, I'd be impressed.
He was.
You know,
he was. So I looked at my sales rep, and you know, I had a friend of mine who was also inside the house. So I looked at everybody, and I go, look, don't make me break up the party. I said to the client, "Let enjoy." And he goes, "I'm not leaving. I'm eating. He goes, "Are you coming right back?" I go, "No, probably not." I go, "Let's talk tomorrow." And I wound up doing business with the guy. So yeah, but yes, I remember him. I remember how gracious he was to let me finish. Yes, absolutely. Funny.
Wow. So now you have, you're here at
Yes.
the State of Fitness
State of
Boxing
Fitness, yes.
in North Bergen, which has a rich history of boxing.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
the Cinderella Man.
Yeah, Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man,
Yep,
yeah.
the Bergen Bulldog.
Yeah.
Jimmy Braddock.
Jimmy Braddock, yeah.
Made this area famous for boxing.
Yeah, that's actually Jimmy
Yeah,
right there
yeah,
on my, on my mat. Yeah, that's for
beautiful.
sure.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful. Great
yeah.
story. You know, my grandfather was a boxing trainer back
Okay.
in those days. This is, that's how I got into old combat
Oh, wow.
sports.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
we're all from Patterson.
Okay.
He was a trainer at Paul Cavalier's gym.
Okay.
Back in the day.
All right.
Yeah.
Did Costello have a gym back then?
No,
not
Costello's
yet?
came later.
Later? Okay.
Well,
Okay.
and actually, my grandfather was friends with Pat Costello.
Okay, okay.
And actually, I wound up boxing out of Costello's.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, back in the 80s.
Okay. And then there's
Ike's, yep.
Ike's there
yeah,
as well. Yeah. A couple of good gyms
Yeah,
there.
Costello's is closed down now. Though.
Oh, yeah.
They reopened
Yeah.
and then they close again. COVID, I think,
Yeah,
got them in.
yeah.
So, what are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? Yeah, what are you going to do?
But, people don't realize that when they see Abbott and Costello,
That's
that he was a very good boxer.
Huge boxer, huge fan.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
he
God,
could throw.
supporter.
Yeah.
When I sometimes talk to people and I go, "Yeah, Lou Costello's, who was a boxing
Yeah.
gym in Patterson." And they would go, "Oh, is he related to Abbott and Costello?" I go, "It is Abbott and Costello."
I know.
They're like, "No way!" I go, "Yeah, way. Yeah, he's he was a
Huge advocate.
big supporter of boxing, man. Really good. Yeah. So over here now, State of Fitness. The founder is a guy, Desmond Boyle, who is a highly decorated fireman, North Hudson fireman, retired fireman, has a love for boxing, a love for youth boxing.
Yeah.
So he developed this amazing youth boxing program here. And about a year ago, he wanted to take it to the next level, so he calls me in and goes, "Help, I want to build, I want to grow." Yeah. So we've been working together, we partnered up. We're going to increase the size of this facility, and we are gonna, you're gonna love this, we're gonna open up another facility in Fort Myers.
Oh, wow.
My son, who is an amateur fighter, and you know my son.
Yes.
He's fighting down there, and he comes up here and he fights in the summer. So we're going to open up a facility down there that he'll run down there, and then we'll run this one up here, and we're going to go from there. But we want to focus on youth boxing. We feel with the youth boxing, you get 10 youth boxers. Even if only one of them make it into the amateur or the pros, you change 9 other guys' lives.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
that. You know
100%.
that. I mean, you did something and you brought something to their lives
Yes.
that made them more comfortable going through life.
Absolutely.
So there's no question that everybody that walks through the door, with or without a belt, benefits from what we do, from what you do. There's no question about it.
No question.
No question
100%.
about it.
And,
Yep.
it's funny because it's one of the driving forces behind, the education that I put forth, whether it has to do with the fighting arts or running a fitness business or anything like that, because
Right.
we're changing lives.
Yeah.
We're helping people. You're giving people a means to being fit. Listen, you have to work out. We all know that. But, the way I look at it is, why not learn a fighting art? Because now you're getting a skill and you're getting conditioned.
And you're getting conditioned.
You can't beat
2
that.
for 1.
Yep.
Two for one. Yeah. And look, we both know, you and I, we've been in this game long enough. We're old enough where we have the experience, and we're old enough to know we don't need to use it anymore, know, right? But, listen, I don't have to tell you that it's comfortable when you walk into an unfamiliar place. And you're good. Like,
Yeah.
like if something gets happening, you're going to be okay, and it's a good feeling.
It really
It's a good
really
feeling,
is.
So you can't beat it. No. Fortunate, my son followed into it, and he's a good amateur fighter and a bare knuckle champ, by the way. My son fought out in Wyoming pre-pandemic in the bare knuckle field. That's how my son came up, also in the bare knuckle.
There's two different sports.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, totally two different sports. And at this point, it's a different audience. I
watch all of it.
Yeah, we're unique. We're unique. We're unique. So very, very, unique set of fans that, there is a crossover. But then there is not. Like, I know a lot of people that I talk to about bare knuckle, and they just basically say, fun to watch every once in a while, but, and I'm going to say, I hate to say it this way, but we're not there yet. The bare knuckle game is not there yet because we have just, within the last couple of years, have had the ability to take the Eddie Alvarez's, and they could fight in the game.
Look at Platinum Mike Perry. Yeah. Oh my God, he's killing
Platinum
it.
Mike, yeah, he's doing great. Paulie he's a Guinean, I can't get it. But Paulie, he fought. Interestingly enough, when he fought bare knuckle, he broke his hands because of the game. But the point is, so we're just starting to get that type of talent. So we got some more years to develop and to get to, what we hope to be the next UFC. But, in the meantime, slow, steady crawl. Like I had mentioned to you and before the interview, State of Fitness wants to get into promoting some glove fights. So we're going to talk about, you and I will get together and do some stuff in New Jersey. Okay. So that'll be good.
Would that be boxing or
boxing.
MMA?
Boxing. Okay. Boxing.
Good,
Good. Yeah.
Because talk about boxing. What about the decision for USA Boxing, an organization that I've always supported, loved. I'm certified USA boxing coach, and I'll let you know, I sent in my resignation.
Wow.
With a letter to Juan Vargas,
right?
Saying, and this is why. And I ripped into them for their decision to permit transgender males to fight biological women.
Yes. I don't agree with it because it just makes no sense. Zero. So we'll see where it goes. But I not as brave as you. I'm not ready to take a stand yet. But I don't agree with it, and it just makes no sense. And listen, I'm in the film business, so I don't care what anyone does.
That doesn't bother me at all. I could care less.
I could care less.
It's none of my business.
None of my business.
Whatever you do.
But there's I don't know. It doesn't seem like a fair matchup.
Well, the thing is that even if you look at it on a biological basis, right?
Someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get hurt.
Right. On a biological level,
right?
We are 60. We are 1/3 different.
Yep.
So how are you going to say? How are you going to say that's even fair?
That's why there's women boxing and men boxing, because we're different.
And there's weight classes too.
Right. Weight classes too. Weight classes too, because so people don't get hurt.
Right. So you have to make it as fair as possible.
I would in fair consideration for the USA, I think that my opinion is because of the pressures in society, that I think that they're just kind of sitting back right now. Who knows ultimately where this is going to go? But we'll see.
Well, I'll tell you this, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
brave men and women make a stand, cowards fall.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And they fell.
Yeah, well,
so you know what?
Yeah.
I'm making a stand.
Yeah,
if
I
people
got you.
love me, hate me, whatever.
Right.
I'm not worried about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So,
yeah. No, I support your decision. I really do. I support your decision.
But
you know?
you can't say that I'm against any particular group because I'm
No, that's not what you're doing.
No,
that's
not
what
at
you're
all. It has
doing.
nothing to do
That's
with it.
not what you're
I
doing.
don't
Someone's going to get hurt.
Someone's going to get
seriously
hurt.
Yeah,
We've
someone's
already
gonna
seen
get
it in MMA.
Yeah.
You think we'd learn?
Yeah, yeah, true.
So,
True, man.
but yeah. So now, so you're saying the next step is to do the boxing competitions here.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
great. That'd be
yeah.
great. And you've also done some bare knuckle promotions too.
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Yeah,
I have a program in Wyoming,
Mm-hmm.
small program. I have yet to see the audience because, I have my own meters. I do pay-per-views, so I see what's out there. And my advertising dollar, I see what it brings me in the sport. So I have never felt that the sport should have done. I appreciate it. And my hat goes off to Dave Feldman, who opened the sport up and spent some money, and I appreciate what he's doing. But it was early, and he's got the financing, so hopefully he keeps going. I think that one of the platforms got behind him.
What, Danzig maybe?
No. One of the platforms got behind him. One of the fight platforms.
Okay.
So I guess that's helping him. But the audience is not there yet. So for me, I like to do these small events in Wyoming, arenas that hold 600 to 800 people. My pay-per-views are 3,000 views, and my audience is 800 people.
Yeah.
So I make money on the liquor. Yeah, right now that's how
I ran shows too, so I know.
That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not. I don't see the UFC yet.
Yeah.
And fortunately for me, Dave and his people are spending all the dough, seeing what's going on, and
Hey.
But as of yet, and I can blame the pandemic, I guess. It's not the pay-per-views have not happened yet. And we all know in that game, you got to have those pay-per-views. You got to have the views.
Well,
you got to have the views.
The thing is, right now, what I see with the pay-per-view and the streaming and so forth, there's so much competition.
Yeah.
And there's so many choices out there right
Yeah.
now. And people are getting dinged. Everything is $5 here, $9 there, $10 there. Everything, it adds up at the end of the month.
Did you see what the Zone just did?
Oh, no, what?
It was $99. I've been a Zone member for 10 years, I guess. I don't know how long they've been out, but however long they've been out, 99, it used to be 89. So this year they go, we're increasing the membership to $299 a year. Like, what kind of jump is that?
It's like, you know what? It's time for you to jump.
Yeah, well, and I did.
Yep.
And I did.
I got a solution for you.
I had yeah, okay.
I'll talk off camera.
You got it, man. You got it. I'm not opposed to that.
It's when people get too greedy. Like when I'll be honest with you, when the UFC went and made you have a membership to ESPN just for the privilege of buying a pay-per-view, which they increased the price of as well.
Right.
Turns a lot of people off.
Yeah. There's ways to do it, and a shakedown. It's not advisable.
No, it's not, because people look for alternative routes.
Yeah, right. True.
And that's why I think this thing between the PFL and Bellator is going to work out pretty well.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I like the PFL.
You know they merged.
Yeah. And I think it'll do well. I love the guys that are behind that PFL. I think it's great. It's funny. I had Mikey Rodriguez, a fight trainer, UFC trainer. He trains for America's Top Team down in
They got
Florida.
some great instructors.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Wow.
And my friend Mikey Rod is their hands coach. He's one of their hands coach. But he took a guy into the PFL, and the guy won $1 million, man. Yeah, it was really cool, man.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool,
It's
right?
pretty cool.
Wait a minute, and the funny thing is, he took the guy back the next year, I think, or the year after, and won again. So I think the guy, took in a couple $1 million.
It doesn't suck.
Doesn't suck, man.
Yeah, they were
Doesn't
pretty cool.
suck.
When they had that New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
They gave me a bunch of tickets for that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that
great.
was really cool.
Isn't it great? Great events.
So
great
went there,
events,
spent
man.
money. I promoted it.
Yeah.
They got a lot of free promotion out
Sure,
of it. And so forth.
sure,
And
yeah,
it was
yeah.
a great event.
Yeah.
Very
No,
good time.
I love it, and I really hope. I wish them success.
Yes,
I wish everybody success.
Yeah.
Even Dave and his fight
course you
program. I'd love to see.
Yeah, because it will eventually
Yeah.
help you.
Yeah, of course. At the end of the day, that's the plan.
Absolutely,
That's the plan,
absolutely.
Man. Yeah.
So now, how can people come down to
Yeah,
your gym? What do you what
Go
kind of
online. You
classes?
can check out our website, stateoffitness.
Stateoffitness.com.
We're in North Bergen. It's 508 73rd Street in North Bergen. Come in. We have adult classes. We have kid classes. We've got open memberships where you can come in and use the facility. And we also have 24-hour memberships as well, where you can come in middle of the night, get your boxing in. The ring is open to anyone who wants to spar, so we get groups that come in all the time. So look us up, come in and say hello, man. Come in and say hello.
We'll also see something here that you have kettlebells back there.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
right after my heart.
That's
It's
it.
For fighters,
That's it.
man.
Yes.
Best bang for the buck.
I was going to ask you about that. I want you to come in and teach the kids
Absolutely.
how to use those kettlebells.
Yeah, we'll
We're
definitely
going
have
to
a
figure that
seminar.
out, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. Do a seminar with it.
Sounds great.
Good, man.
Great.
Good.
Well, again, Danny, thank you for being
Good seeing you, man.
on
Yeah,
the show.
Yeah, man. Love it.
We'll
Love it,
definitely
man.
do this again.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. And let's set up some fighting for the summer.
Oh, no doubt.
All right,
no
man.
Doubt, no
All
doubt.
right. Good stuff, man. Cool.
Thank you for watching. Hope you